Now, this is going to be interesting because I'm just opening my computer and seeing your video all over the place. Kamaru Usman is with us. The title is with us. The UFC champ is with us here on Radio Row. What's up, man?
What's up, guys? Man.
Y'all heated up?
Are you
you
good,
down?
man?
What?
I mean, I don't want no problems. All right?
No, guys, I'm always calm, cool, and collected, man. Just like you mentioned, like that's, they wanted to be on your internet today.
Well, they're everywhere.
I was scheduled to be here.
Yes, 4:30. You're a little early.
Yeah, I was scheduled to be here. They just wanted to be here. They wanted to make news today. And that's exactly what they did. They just wanted to come up, get a little 10, 15 seconds of fame. And they got that because guess what? We're sitting here talking about them now.
Yeah, well, Masvidal and Usman were out. Where were you? Were you looking for food? Is that what the problem was? Nobody could find food in this place.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of video.
Guys, hungry?
I'm starving if you have any.
What? I said that just, I'm like, what, they're not feeding all these people in here?
Nobody.
Wow.
I saw this fight. I said it had to be in the room where they thought the food was, and maybe you guys just – now, it's interesting because obviously you just got done with Covington, and he had his win, and he didn't seem all that interested in you.
Of course not. Of course not. There's a reason people don't want to fight me. He understands what happens when you fight me. And, obviously, what was it, last week or 2 weeks ago? He was very adamant about, man, I want Conor McGregor. I want this because, he that was a safer fight for him. It's safer, because he goes out there, whether he wins or loses, he makes a little bit of change to kind of help ease the
seems
pain.
that he was more interested in a payday
Absolutely,
than your belt.
Absolutely. Because
am I wrong about that?
No, you're absolutely right. And that's the thing is, this guy's been in the game for how long?
Yeah.
I think they just
he's
told me
35
just
years
now.
old.
Yeah, they just told me now 16 years he's been in the game, and he's never been at the top of the pinnacle of the sport. You never reach the top. That goes to attest. It goes to show what's your focus. Your focus is about being famous and a payday, as opposed to being the best in the sport. Well, I've only been in it for 7-8 years, and I've already reached that pinnacle, and the paydays are going to keep rolling in for me.
Well,
and so that goes right there. Goes to show you the difference in mindsets and mind frame.
Yeah, Covington, Woodley before that. I mean, Desaunios before that. So which one of those do you say that was my toughest challenger? And who's out there then? If those three guys, you get through those three, I'm looking at who the heck wants to fight Usman? Nobody.
Toughest challenger, I would have to say.
I watched that Covington fight twice now.
Yeah, I would say the Covington because
he's a mouthy guy.
Yeah, because it of all the culmination of everything that went into that fight. It was the first fight where I had to deal with all the negative aspect of the chaotic aspect that goes into the fight, all the talking, all the press, all the media, all of that. It was the first fight to where I really had to carry all of that energy and still step into a fight and have to take care of business.
Yeah, because a lot of people would say you're a tremendous wrestler.
Yeah, and people would say that, and people thought in that fight, I could have done what I always do. I can go out there and I can just dominate a guy, break their will, and walk out with the win. But in that fight, I owed it. I felt like I didn't owe it just to myself, but to everybody around the world that are watching and don't really approve of the methods that this guy went about getting that fight. And I had to go in there, and like I said, I wanted to punish the guy for everything that he said, and I punished him and eventually put him away.
Yeah. Now you're from around here, right? Or you're obviously
I live
Nigerian.
in Boca del Rey. Yeah, but I live down
in here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Boca
really?
Del Rey, yeah.
Nice. I have a place in Deerfield
area.
Beach.
Wow, really?
Yeah, so we'll hang out later.
Big money guy. He's got a place there, a place in New York,
Yeah,
a place
man.
in Vegas.
Well, and it's funny.
No big
like,
deal.
I was a very casual UFC fan. I was watching, and then I got a call. I call the fights on Fight Pass for the CFFC, and my broadcast partner is CM Punk. So he's a very polarizing UFC figure. People look at what he did in the UFC, but it has really brought me to new light. And I watch everything now. So I was watching your fight against Covington, the Masvidal fight, and I'm saying I would love to see these two. I'm just interested as to why neither had been like, let's do this.
Well, see, the thing is, for me, is like I'm a true mixed martial artist. I believe in giving the deserving guy the shot. I was the most deserving guy for years.
You haven't lost since 2013, by the way.
Yeah, for years I was the most deserving guy, but all of these guys they looked down like, that's a tough outing for me. Do I want that fight? No, so I'm going to just pass on it. And so guys were passing, and all these guys, including this guy, Masvidal. I was offered to him in 2016,
Okay.
September 2016, I was offered to him.
Now, back then,
and I
though,
was fresh.
This guy's come out of nowhere, really. I mean, he is really blasted on the
that's the thing is this guy's been in the sport for 16 years, but you were just now having to hear of this guy, So that's the thing. He was in the game already. I just came in, and they offered me to him. I said yes. He said no. And then he goes on and does an interview about it. Oh, I don't want to fight these tough champions anymore. I want bigger names. I want bigger paydays, because that's what he was always after. You're after the fame and you're after the money.
Mm-hmm.
And I kept my head down and I kept working. While all these guys were turning down the fights and saying they didn't want to fight me, that I wasn't deserving, which I was the most deserving. I just kept finding whichever fight they put in front of me and kept fighting. And it seemed like I just became the champion, which I just became the champion last year, correct? Now you go down the rankings in the top 10 and look at it. I've beaten 1, beaten 2, beaten 4, beaten 5, beaten 6. While all these guys were trying to duck me for years, and I just kept quiet and kept knocking them all off to where now I'm the champion, and I look down. I've ran through pretty much the whole
you're
division.
running out. So are now you the McGregor guy?
No, I mean, this is the thing is I'm not after McGregor, I'm the champion in my division.
Because then you get another house in Boca.
That fight. I'm not chasing after McGregor. At the end of the day, I'm the champion. I'm not going to run out of guys. They're going to continue to find guys for me to fight. And if I don't fight, I don't make money. And I like making money. So if McGregor decides that he wants to step up and try his luck at going for a third world title, who am I to stand in the way of that? I absolutely welcome that, and he will get his shot. But, he's a wise guy as well. He understands that, that might not be the smartest thing.
You're getting better at it, though.
I'm getting there. So he'll understand that might not be the wisest thing for him to do. So I'm pretty sure he's going to go elsewhere, and, the company's going to find somebody deserving to fight me.
All right. You're Nigerian. There was a famous chief who signed off on your name. So are you pulling for the Chiefs?
Oh, man. Actually, I just want to see a spectacular game.
Yeah, are you a football fan?
I am. I was a Baltimore Raven. Baltimore Ravens were my team.
Saw Ed Reed here earlier.
I have some friends that play for that team, and I was really behind them. Spectacular. They had a wonderful season. They just got plagued with injuries there towards the end, and in that last game, just that team chemistry they had all year, it wasn't there, and they fell apart. But man, I'm excited to just see the Super Bowl. I mean, both teams are spectacular teams. The Kansas City Chiefs I compared to kind of like a boulder rolling downhill. Once they start scoring, you're gonna have a hard time stopping these guys. They put up points
dangerous.
fast. They're very dangerous. They put up points fast. But the 49ers, I think, is more of a complete team. I mean, you got to go through hell and hot water to try to get a point scored on those guys. So, I'm expecting a tremendous game.
Now, real quick on that, because now I'm thinking you said a boulder. That would be you.
Absolutely.
But that Covington fight, I mean, that was late.
Yeah.
And some would say that he did not want that fight to end. So would he be someone that you would reconsider, but consider doing that again? Because I thoroughly enjoyed watching that fight.
No, first of all, in that fight, like I said, I could have done what, that's the thing that these guys don't understand is, the way that I train and my mindset, when I go into these fights, I can pretty much do whatever I want to do. In that Covington fight, there was a lot riding on that. There was a lot going on. There was a lot that I had to deal with mentally. So when we got in that fight, it wasn't necessarily more of me just competing to win and just in the best, easiest way possible. It was going out there to do what I set out to do. And I said in previous interviews, I said I was going to punish him for 24 minutes, and then I was going to get him out of there. And in that fight, I stood there. I could have mixed it up. I could have taken him down. I could have fought a certain way. But I wanted it to be a mano a mano. I want you to hit me. I want you to see me take your shots. And I want you to see me walk through your shots. And then I want you to feel me deliver my shots. And eventually, the best man won that night. So, moving forward, it doesn't. There's no telling what I might do. I might be feeling froggy one night and just,
And leap.
and leap and stand there and slug it out, or I might take a guy down and just break their will and demoralize them. So you never know.
Just want to get your thoughts on this. Obviously, that last McGregor fight, it was 40 seconds. All the buildup that goes into a fight. I mean, you talk about being able to take a guy down and out. Is there any fun in that? Or I mean, you sound like you enjoy taking the shots and saying, if that's the best you got, pal, you're in trouble,
Yeah, what I really enjoy is it's something about, and we can all attest to this. We're men. There's something about when you go mano a mano with another man, and you feel them break. You feel their spirit break to where they're just like, I've had enough. I can't keep up with you. I've had enough.
My spirit's breaking singing across from you.
That moment to where you just feel them say, "You're a better man than me. I concede." It even goes back in the Roman days, back when that army just knows that they're done and they just lay their swords down. I surrender. It's something about that when you break that in a man. It's different.
And that's what you're looking for.
And that's something. And once I felt that and I tasted that the first time, I couldn't get enough. I wanted more and I wanted more and I wanted more.
You're like a great white shark, man.
Yeah. So each and every fight after that, it's just something about that feeling. But of course, it feels good too when you go in there and knock a guy out in 40 seconds. You're like,
I wouldn't hate that.
You get that big check. You're like, you know what? I can do this next month.
Yeah, I'm fresh. I'll do this in an hour.
Yeah, let's double up. So,
Kamaru Usman, he is your 170 welterweight champion of the world. And the belt proves it. It's right here at our set at Radio Row. And the BMF is here as well. He's walking around. They got into it. You can read about that. But he was kind enough to join us here. A kind man.
Thank you
it's
guys
good to meet
for
you.
having me. Pleasure.
Yeah, thanks, man.